Hello there and welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, my name is David and I like all things camping, in particular with these things, micro campers. We're in the height of summer. Everybody's out there. Ordinarily it's just me and possibly one other who goes out camping in the van. Yes, you I'm talking about. But occasionally, as it's summer, I might like to go with the family. I'll take the wife and the other dog. As you can imagine, it gets a bit crowded in here. So how do you increase the space without spending too much money? So, I've been looking into car tents or awnings, and that's what we're all about today. I've got a few ideas out there. So what I'm going to do now is set up a few tents for you to look at. That way. Yeah. By far the simplest and easiest method to extend your space is to bring with you a tent. This is mine. I've had it for about 15 to 20 years. It's a Cayenne Freelander. It is absolutely brilliant. It only takes a few minutes to put up, which is excellent, and a similar time to bring down. It's been that good, we've never replaced it. Getting out there with your car and tent is obviously the most common type of camping. Come on, everybody's doing it. I understand that the sight of me struggling to put up this old tent doesn't make the best TV, so I've speeded it up a bit. The thing is, I wanted to show off how good this tent is, despite the fact it's probably going on for 20 years old. I don't think it's been made anymore. However, the good news is there are similar ones being manufactured and are now on the market. This clip system makes it so easy to erect, and my tent stood up to storms where other tents have failed, even the ones on Shell Island. This tent is showing its age, but for the money, it's been fantastic. One or two of the clips are a little bit stickier than what they were originally, but it's been fine. The inner tent takes no time at all, and the flap thing up there I have managed in the past to attach via a couple of suckers to the back door of the van. Anyhow, this is obviously camping as it used to be, always with a tent. So now we'll move on and try one or two other methods and see what you think. I'm trying to keep the cost down on these, by the way. There's nothing here that is expensive. Some of the things that I've got here have either been free or made up out of bits I've had, or in the case of one, I have bought a tent online, and I'll tell you about that in a short while. I suppose I better take the ready thing down now. And the next thing on the list is one of these. These were on sale at the range. Originally, I think they were about £190, and they went down to about £92. And so everybody shot out and got one. They are a pop-up tent, which means they have their own little problems and quirks. But I got this one free. How did I get this one free, I hear you ask? Well, a couple went to the range and they got one of these on offer, and they went away for the weekend and they had a really good weekend in it. To be fair, they said it was very good. It was very comfortable, very spacious. However, when it came to putting it back in this bag, that was a different story. After about 45 minutes, they were slinging it around the campsite. And so I asked if they were chucking it away, could I have it? And they said yes, it was either that or they were going to get a divorce. So we'll try putting this up next. Well, as you can see, I never put that up before, so I struggled a bit and I couldn't find the instructions. I've since found them. They're sewn into the top of the bag, but never mind. Two problems. Build quality isn't great. This is supposed to pop together and go over the top of the roof, but as you can see, it's gone straight through. The other one is one of the points for fixing it to the ground. That one's pulled off as well. Size wise though, it's nice. It's a good size. I don't know how to cope with the wind. I think I could have got it up a bit better with somebody else giving me a hand. All this does roll up, by the way. It gets out of the way, so you can still use the cooker and everything still within the tent. For free, it's very good. For 90 quid, well, borderline. And for nearly £200, I wouldn't have bothered. But the big trick now is how the hell do I get it back in the bag? Sweating cobs already. Well, after much struggling, I did manage to get it back in the bag, so it is possible. Those of you who watch the channel regularly will know I'm forever making things, and I did build a side awning onto the side of the van, and I use it all the time. It's been very useful. So I did have a go using the same material at making an awning on the back. No, it wasn't right successful. Okay, I'll show you the pictures. I made it from the same tarpaulin material I'd used previously in the creation of the side awning. I created a sort of T-shaped piece and attached it to the car using my favourite suction cup tie-down hooks. I found a couple of suitable tent poles and managed to create a square and use some eyelets to enable me to tie up the doors. It worked, but I wasn't too impressed with the final results. Yeah, so not the ideal for a camping trip, perhaps fine for my wife's craft fair weekends away, but as a stall, but no, I wouldn't use it for camping. So finally we come to the last one on the list. This one came from Temu. It took several weeks to arrive here. So let's find out how good this is. This was by far the easiest one to put up. Although the instructions aren't too great, you do get there in the end. The build quality is actually quite good. I mean, if somebody's spending 80 quid for it and you're just using it for the odd weekend, this is brilliant. So let's have a recap. The tent worked well, but is a bit on the small side. And it's showing its age. The thing from the range, build quality is rubbish, although it's a square box, you can leave it and drive off and come back to it. And also it's an absolute pig to get back into its bag. My homemade effort failed miserably, so we won't get into that one. Sorry about that. And finally, I think the one that won was this one from Temu. I have one negative against it, and that it doesn't have a back door. You can't drive away and leave it up there. Either the wind will get in or the people in the next tents, vans, kids will. So yeah, if they'd put a door in the back, this would be perfect. Right, so we've come to the end. thank you all so very much for watching. I'm sorry it's been a few weeks since my last episode. Must try harder, but you do realise I did have a few problems. The next one will be out within the next 10 to 12 days. I've been working hard on it already. So that's it. So please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, share it amongst your friends who are like-minded and into camping or these things. Your comments are very valuable. Please keep sending them in, and the old thumbs up like. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. See you again soon. Bye for now.